I feel really bad, by the way, that you have such a professional background, like with all the prints and everything, and I have my fucking
Fine.
keyboard. Dude, I have my pillow with them back. What do you mean, why? You have a plant. You have your art prints. I have a pillow.
Chill. No.
Oh, Jesus. Yes, you read that right. I did have an interview with Ross and I did kind of fuck it up. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit for the clickbait. But Ross is giving all these great advice and I keep making awkward jokes, and rewatching this now I feel kind of stupid because he keeps dropping jewels and I'm just sitting there bored thinking about the next joke. So all the things he said made me rethink about my whole mindset about this social media stuff. I just needed some time to get it, but now I still feel like I don't get it. But Ross's art book is out right now, Bloom. Make sure you check it out. There's gonna be a link in the description. He comes out with this beautiful print and this little baggie with Milo. Look at that. Oh! And I'm gonna be honest, man, I've never bought an art book in my life because I always thought the whole idea was kind of lame. And I probably bought this book just so I can talk to Ross. But it's a beautiful book, man. And if you like Ross's art, you're gonna love this book. So make sure you check it out. Also, Ross was awesome enough to share with us some of his process work. So while we're talking, I'm gonna play a time-lapse video for you to watch. I kind of cut out some of the most awkward moments so you don't cringe too much. But I'm pretty sure there's plenty left. And also, I know Ross has a birthday tomorrow, November 5th, and we're only one day apart. So happy birthday, Ross. I love you, baby. I'm sorry for being weird. And by the way, shout out to my boy Xebio Arts for making me feel good about being a piece of shit and not knowing how to interview people. And without further ado, here is the interview, podcast, whatever the fuck it is. Enjoy, bitch.
Hello, everybody, man. This is my interview with RossDraws, and I'm
Wait,
really happy.
now we're starting? You're actually recording?
Yeah, now you should.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I mean, you look cute, whatever. You don't have to even know that you're recording. Dude, I can have this whole thing and you can just be standing there looking like a snack. You can just,
Oh my God.
you can just there's going to be a lot of inappropriate sex jokes. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, though.
All right.
Anyway, this is RossDraws. For everybody who doesn't know, man, I'm sure everybody knows. He's one of my favorite artists. He's the reason why I started YouTube. He's such a big inspiration. Hello, Ross.
Hey.
How do you introduce yourself, by the way? Do you like calling yourself an artist? I always find that artist.
Yeah, an artist, a creator, I didn't know that
A
you
sex
started.
model.
Oh my God, no. I didn't know that you started your YouTube because of me. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Before that, I was watching artists on YouTube, but they were just so boring and like, I don't know, didn't really have any personality. And I saw you,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, you can be an artist and have personality. Like you can do both. Like how do you do that? And I was like, dude, one day though. No, but you've been low key doing YouTube for what, like 4 years or something?
Yeah, yes. I think it's almost been 5. And I think we're 20,000 short from a million.
Wow, dude, just don't forget me when you reach a million, just be like, I did that weird interview with that weird guy one time, you know what I'm saying? Don't switch, bro. This
Very
last
good.
20,000 doesn't even count. Anyway, I'm really glad you did this. I said it before the call.
Yeah,
But really, thank you so much for joining.
of
Um,
course.
so you like to call yourself an artist? Is that because like I always find it weird when I'm introducing myself to people like, yeah, I'm an artist. And they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I use Photoshop. And they're like, bro, that's not an artist, bro. That's like you just
Right.
manipulate photos. You,
Yeah.
do you think of yourself as an artist or is it something else?
Yeah. No, totally. I feel like the reason why people say that is because they're not like exposed. They don't know. They weren't like they didn't grow up in the industry that you grew up in, and so when I've had very rare occasions where people look at me different for doing digital art.
Right.
I just like whip up your Instagram, right? Hey, this is the art.
Dude, I do it. I do it without it even them wanting. I'm like, bitch, have you seen my followers though? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to right now? I mean, I didn't expect that from you though, but
No, yeah, no. No. Like so I use my Instagram to show them what it is because people are visual.
Right.
People are visual people, right?
Right.
Like we can talk all we want, but when something is in front of us, like we're given like, oh, this is what it is. They're like, oh, I understand. They're like, oh
Oh,
yes,
now I get it. You got a million followers, man. You
no,
should have said that
no, no,
earlier.
no. I show the art first,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's a
and
good
then
way to do it. That's a good way to do it.
I
You
never
lie them
ever.
with the art. You like you see this art. And by the way, yeah, I mean I do have 1 million followers, but
No,
that's like components.
I never show my followers, but they themselves are intrigued after the art, and then they
Yeah.
themselves find it. So, for like, hey, like, what are you? Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I'm an artist. I have a YouTube channel. This is me, and then they're like, oh shit, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, I get it.
Um,
I get it. You're just the nice guy, man. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. How do you get to be so nice? How do you
what are you talking about?
Dude, I don't know. You seem so pure. Like in every one of your videos. It's like you're just you know what it is, dude, you're humble. How do you stay humble?
Oh,
That's dude, I'm sitting over here. I got 5 followers. My ego is massive. Okay. You can't even talk to me if I meet you on the street, okay? I
really?
wouldn't even look at you. I would be like, yo, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. But
Oh
you're
my
sitting
god.
over there with 1 million followers being so cool, man. How do you do that?
I just feel like I don't know. It's all about the art, I don't really like before when I started YouTube, I thought, like I had to get my numbers up. I thought
Yeah.
like numbers meant value, stuff like that. And I went to a very dark place because of it, because it's something superficial, it's not something
Right.
like it's made up. It's not real. But
Right.
the love for my art is real, the love for my world building and my characters. And so after I made the switch, I
Right.
just like focus mainly on the craft and the art and what I really want to show to the world. And then like everything else, like my like ego and stuff like that just simmered, because it doesn't matter. Like it, as long as I make a living doing what I love, I feel like I can be happy. And so after I felt like I had some success in that area, it just like made my goal in life very clear. Like, oh, this is what I
Right.
want to do. I love what I'm doing, and there's no reason to be salty because I love what I'm doing. So
Dude, see what I'm talking about? Just pure. You were like, what do you mean pure? Dude, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's awesome. Do you think it happened when you reach a certain amount of followers? Because like that switch that you were talking about, like when do you think that happened? Like at 100,000 or something, that you started, feeling like the followers hurt you? Because I definitely feel that. Like the more followers I get, the more pressure and anxiety.
really, oh really?
Dude, I told you I'm weird. Dude, before I
No,
started,
that's not weird. That's actually very common. But
oh
like
yeah.
from an observer, I didn't feel that you felt that way.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It feels like you're always just posting and having fun and like
Yeah, because
involving your
I'm
community.
I'm pretty good at faking it. I'm a pretty good actor.
No.
um
Yes. So the moment the switch happened mentally, it's not at a certain amount of followers, because
right.
everyone is different. Everyone's human, and so everyone is going through different shit at different times. My switch is when I stopped trying to please other people, because
Right.
it doesn't matter. Like why am I a victim or a prisoner of someone else's thoughts? And when I started making stuff for like myself and what I really want to do, is when the anxiety or whatever like started to go away, because like who cares if I don't post for a while? Like, why am I a prisoner of someone else's like schedule or whatever? Like, post when you want to post and like draw what you want to draw. And so trust me, it's harder said than done. Every creator goes through this. Like,
Yeah.
every creator goes through the numbers and like, oh my gosh, the followers, I have to keep my shit up. I have to be active. I have to go through all of this. And it's essential for someone to go through that, because when you pass it and when you like learn and experience all these emotions and realize what you want, like it's gonna make your path that much clearer. So I feel like every creator goes through this to when they're on the other side, they can look back
Mhm.
and give this advice. And everyone has the same advice. Everyone has the same advice because it's the answer. It's like,
Wait, so what's the answer though? So just
yes, draw
get
from
over
within.
it, get over it, and realize that it's not about the likes, and get
It's-
on your path, right?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but
like,
what if your path is actually getting the likes though? Because that's what I struggle with. Like I'm always
Well-
like, yeah, I know it sounds healthy, get over the likes, but then I realize, well, I know I love art, but
yeah.
aren't I doing this for the likes? Like a little
well,
bit.
maybe you. That's a priority that you need to shift because I feel like it's bringing you anxiety. I feel like you're being trapped into that world
Yeah,
of
totally.
the world. They're meant to get that emotional pull on you. When you get a certain amount of likes and followers, that's like a dopamine release, and
Right, that's totally it. Yeah.
you're like, oh crap, that made me feel good. But it's
Yeah.
short term. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's short term. It made you feel good for a short amount of time, and then you're hungry again.
Not unless you get more likes.
Oh my god! But I'm just saying, I'm saying it's a drug, and so
yeah, totally.
I-
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
totally feel-
it's designed to make money. Like Instagram, it's like people pay for likes. People like people.
I get what you're saying. So don't
Yeah.
focus on the likes. Focus
Yeah.
on the money that the likes give you, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
but I get you, man. I get you. Yeah.
I know.
Do you okay, so do you do that stuff where you don't look at your followers and likes so it doesn't hurt you as much?
I stopped looking at that a few years ago.
Right.
Unless it's like, because I like to celebrate a lot. I like to always celebrate with my followers. So when I reach like a 100 or 200, 300,
Right.
I'll keep an eye out for when I reach it. So my post likes, I rarely know how they do. I just like try to remember that it's not about it, because if I want to post it, it's coming from me, and it shouldn't matter. Likes shouldn't dictate how I feel about my own work. And so if
Damn,
I
dude,
like it,
that sounds so healthy that it's just, you know what I feel like right now? I really
What?
feel like a dude. I feel like I'm a fat guy, and you're just sitting there talking about diet, like, oh, you shouldn't eat that, and I'm just like, no, but I really like that. I really like hamburgers, and you're like, yeah, but they're bad for you. They're not gonna end up good, and I'm like, dude, I just wake up and eat a burger. Like that's what I do.
Hey, if it's working for you and you're happy, I'd say
No,
follow
I'm
your own path.
definitely not happy. I'm definitely not happy though.
Because what I realize is a lot of people are not like a lot of people are different, and so like I'm a big supporter of people following in their own path and doing what they are happy doing. So there are a ton of people who fucking love the love the money, blah 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 blah. That's a different creator than me. I never fault people for their lifestyle, and I just give tips and advice that works for me on my journey. So
yeah, that's so dope though. I mean, I stopped looking at, I mean, as much as I joke and talk about all these likes, I actually developed this fear like 1 year ago of actually looking at my followers. So what I'll do is actually I have my best friend look at my followers every once in a while, because I do the contest shit as well. Like when I reach like 400,000, I'm like, hey, I do this contest. So I think I've stopped looking at my likes and followers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look them, because it actually, you start comparing yourself and all this weird shit. Yeah. But what I've caught myself doing is I'm actually now more afraid of seeing my likes than I was ever before. Like actually now if I see my followers, I do this weird shit. I don't know if you can relate. Dude, I told you, I'm fucked up on like level 75, but anyway. I do this weird shit when I see I have like, let's say 400,000, and then 1 month from now I have 420. I'm like, dude,
No, I can't. Yes, I can.
Dude, I'm gonna edit this out. Or probably not. Yeah. But anyway, I do this weird shit where if I look at something and I see how many followers I did in such amount of days, I start judging myself like, oh, I did this, and I know it's not up to me, but I still do it. Like, do you catch yourself doing that?
Yourself.
yeah, just comparing your growth to like your growth before. Like, oh, last month I did this, but now I'm not doing this. Like, I'm doing worse or something like that.
I maybe like I think because we're analytical creatures, we have
Right.
a natural tendency to compare and analyze.
Right.
But I don't do it out of like I don't really do it out of like a more than just like a passing thought. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh shit, I made this last month. Oh shit, I made this month. Okay, cool. Going about a day. Like I don't sit
Right.
and think about it. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean, I don't sit and think about it, but it just kind of comes naturally, and you just start
yeah.
overthinking it.
Oh yeah. So don't overthink. Just realize thoughts are passing. And like
Dude,
oh
I'm literally hearing right now. Just
yeah.
don't eat the burger. Like you have the burger over there. You know. I mean, I know it's delicious. I know you don't want to eat it, but just don't eat it.
No, it's just like when you have a thought about someone,
Yeah.
like oh that person's tall, that person's short, passing.
Yeah.
Well, oh I made this month. Oh I made that last month.
Mm.
Like a passing thought. You
Pass
don't
it
sit
and replace it with a worse one. Like be like,
no.
yeah, that
God.
person is short, but and compare yourself how you're even shorter. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what it is? You're speaking so much truth that it's making me
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
make jokes about it because it's so uncomfortable. I
Oh,
think I think it's that level though.
okay.
Do you think it actually gets worse, or does it get better for you the more you reach the followers and the subscribers and all this shit? Or does it get to a point? Because I mean, for me, I know it's gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. Like I don't feel like I deserve it. Like wow, so
Oh,
many
really?
people look. Yeah, I mean, as much as I joke, I mean, I always want more and all this shit. It's never gonna be enough. But then I look at like, wow, I have 30,000 likes on this painting. Like do I deserve this? What is this about? Like
I think I have a few opinions. Is that okay?
okay.
Yeah, I feel that a lot of artists nowadays attach their value to something like likes and followers, which isn't real.
Oh, that's
It's
me.
it's an arbitrary number.
You described me so well in like
Yeah.
one sentence. Like that was
No, it's very common because that's our world that we live in. It's just like,
right.
but my thing is I always try to teach awareness and realize that it's all in your mind. It's all in your brain. It's not real. Like no one is like you yourself are valuing that for yourself. That's all in your mind. And so I think just be aware of it. Like, it's not my, like, I don't want to tell people how to live their lives, but I just want to spread awareness, like realize what's happening. And the moment we realize and are aware, then we can choose how we want to feel about it. So you can detach yourself like, no, this thing has 30,000, but it's not going to define me. It's just a number. And I'm going to keep moving on with my day and creating stuff I want to create. And so it's like being aware and realizing if you want to do something about it. But for me, if I feel more pressure, I don't know. I think I feel less pressured the more I have, but also I feel more pressure that I haven't done what I wanted yet, which is my book NEMA. So Bloom was my first entryway to making like a book because I wanted to familiarize myself with the printing process and like self-publishing because next year is my baby, NEMA. And she is gonna this is what I've been working on for 4-5 years.
Wow.
And it is 174 pages of original unseen art.
Whoa.
And so I'm super excited for it. People have been waiting for it, and it makes me there's so much pressure, right? Because the bigger in numbers I get, the more pressure because it's not out. And I feel like I'm getting more and more opportunities. I'm getting more in the limelight. And I don't want to say no to it if it's really, really good for me. But sometimes I say no to a lot of things because I'm working my book. And so I think next year is my year, I'll have the book out and I'll be ready. And finally, I can I feel like I'll start my life. I feel like
Yo, yeah.
I feel like for the first maybe 5-10 years, I moved to LA and
Hmm.
like went to art school and and I haven't like gotten something that I am like I'm proud to go like, yo, I freaking made this whole entire world
Yeah.
and this is my baby and no one can touch it. And
Right.
so I don't have that yet and it's so close. And
Hmm.
I think by the time next year, well, I have that out and then I'll have the support and the following to be able to kind of like go in any direction I want to go. And that to me, I feel like is like freedom. And I think
Hmm.
freedom is like mentally, like feeling at like you're at a place where you can kind of do anything
Hmm.
is the ultimate goal people want to hit. I
Right.
feel like people when they have freedom, it happens from within a lot, It's
Hmm.
like you choose how free you are, but
Hmm.
the moment where I'm free from just like all this weight on my shoulders and pressure of producing something that's mine and having, I don't know. I think next year I'll feel free, I'll be free, and it'll feel really good. And I'm super excited for it.
Dude, that's so funny because you were talking all this healthy shit, like, hey, just be in the moment, man. Just don't think about all these other shit. And then you're like, yeah, but 1 year from now, though, that's when really I start living. Like, then I begin my. Yeah, I totally get you though. I totally understand that because I have it with even small shit. Like, for example, I kind of had this interview like 2 weeks from now. I had it like, oh man, and we're like, I'm gonna do this interview with Ross. I'm so excited. And all I could think about was this interview, and I couldn't really move past it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Oh,
all.
really?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but
No, no worries.
totally. Do you catch yourself doing that with NEMA? Like you're so worried about that, or you can't really push your personal life? Because I have really big problems with like separating my personal life with my professional life because that's all I think about. And
Oh,
then
really?
yeah, I'm so jealous because I saw you post something like a picture of you playing video games and you're like, yeah, man, I just needed to take a couple of days out and just play video games and recharge. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous of this motherfucker. How does he do that? How
No.
does he not work 24/7? How do
Oh
you?
my gosh. I do work 24/7 for the last like 4 or 5 years ish, but
Mhm.
you yourself choose that you deserve a break, and you deserve to celebrate. And so it's hard for me, but I've been trying my best to celebrate the moments more and cherish
Mhm.
like just like friendships and stuff like that. And so I'll find reason to celebrate for like an hour or two. Like, yo, we just released this for a client. Let's go get a
Yeah.
drink. Let's go do something. But like I try to realize that even though this thing is my world, my life, like
Mhm.
I'm human too. And I need a way to celebrate. I need a way to release energy and gain energy back. I feel like like I like socializing with people and I like
Mhm.
talking to my friends and celebrating with my friends. And so you have to kind of realize your rhythm because everyone's different, whether they like to be like this or they like to be like that.
Mhm.
And I personally, my default mode is like this. I'm an introvert,
Right.
but everyone is a little bit like a both, And so humanly, I need to go do extroverted things. I need to
Right.
do things. And so I listen to my body and listen to my mind, what I want, and I try to adjust from there. And so I, I love dancing. I go dancing. I don't know with
I
my
like
friends.
dancing too, but only if it's for money. I mean,
No,
otherwise.
that's terrible. What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't know. You might as well get paid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What do you love doing for yourself? Like
Um. eh,
without anything involved, like what is
Oh,
something,
dude, you're really putting me on the spot over
yeah,
here,
like what is something you just freaking love doing like
dude.
because
I have real big problems with that. Like if I don't feel like it's helping me with my growth, like I really feel like I'm addicted to really, like you said, the dopamine. So I get dopamine from only like knowing that I'm working on myself. I don't know. I think hanging out with friends, that's one thing. If I had any. No. I mean I have couple and we're hanging out and shit and it always
yeah.
feels fun, but do you catch yourself doing that? Because every time I'm with friends, I'm like, yeah, but how much time do I have until I have to go back? Because, like I got work to do. Do that? Because like the thing
Yeah.
about working for yourself and being an artist is that, it's all on you, and you don't really have a fucking working schedule. Nobody's gonna punish you and all this shit. And people are like, oh, that's great. So you don't really have to work. And I'm like, no, that means you have to work all the time. Even when you're not working, you're still in your head working. You're like thinking
Yep.
about fucking ideas and all this shit. So how do you catch yourself actually being with friends and being present, or do you catch yourself being like, oh, what if I was dancing for money right now? That would be.
Oh my God. No, I think that is a very, very classic creator problem. Obviously, right?
Right.
Like that's before that was on my mind constantly, and it's still on my mind. I'm like, I need to work my book. So how I remember what I said, like the book is the biggest pressure on me. And
Yeah.
so I'm aware of that. I realize that. And so I need to finish my damn book. So
Hmm.
it's great that you're aware, right? You're
Mhm.
aware that there's a dopamine release. You're like, people aren't aware of this shit. Like people are just like living through it, but they don't take the time to really think about it or process it. So the first step is actually identifying. And so you are identifying, and now it's just like trying your best and figuring out ways to remedy that if it's a problem or if you feel like it's a problem. So for me, when I'm like, my friends get that I am busy working. I'm working 24/7, but I love what I'm doing, so I don't feel like it's a
Yeah, it
problem.
doesn't even feel like work though, right? Like it's
Yeah,
enjoyable.
I just feel like I'm grinding, and I love the grind.
Mm.
I think you do too. I think you love the grind.
Dude, I've said this before. I'm so depressed otherwise if I'm not grinding. So it's like, what
Oh,
what
okay.
what else is there? Like,
So
you know?
it's a muscle that you have to learn to reward yourself. And
Oh, okay.
like if there's a movie you want to watch, if there's something you want to buy, you worked really hard for it. Just go and get it. Just
Dude, I
go
feel
buy
like
it.
I feel like you're my one of my, like in America, it's like I've read it's really like popular to hire all these coaches. Like, you deserve this. You should buy this for yourself. I feel like you're
Yeah.
one of those for me right now. I'm like,
No, I became happier because I
uh,
started rewarding myself for my hard work.
yeah,
Like this apartment, right?
yeah.
It was way out of my budget.
Oh, really?
My lease ended and I was looking for different places. And in my last place, I lived with like 6 people and paying very little because I wanted to save, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I
Hell
was
yeah.
I was like, and so when I was looking at this place, I was like, wait, what am I saving for? I feel like I'm not living. I'm being like what do I have to save for? I don't have a son. I don't have anything. So I walked in here and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I really love this place. And I went with that feeling. And then I'm like, dude, I really want this place. I really love this place. And who cares if it's outside my budget? I worked really hard to be comfortable. And I feel
Yeah.
like I deserve this place. And so that was me practicing that muscle to be able to be like, you know what? You deserve good things in life because you work really hard. And so
Right.
I think that's one thing that you could try to do is just reward yourself for your hard work because I feel like you grind a lot.
Do you think also the apartment kind of just like pushed you? Because like there's this theory that if you surround yourself with like things that you're not ready for, like you're gonna push yourself to grow. So if you actually buy an apartment that you don't have the money for, you're gonna push yourself to earn more money.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I think that was like maybe that was a passing thought, but I did think about it. I'm like,
Right.
okay, well, I'm paying 5 times more than my previous thing.
Yeah. So
And so
I gotta dance a lot more.
no,
That's that. Yeah, but how do you reward yourself if the reward is gonna make you work even harder? Yeah, see how my mind works? Like my mind is like, oh dude, I'm gonna reward myself only if it makes me work harder. Otherwise, what's the point of the reward?
But that's definitely a muscle.
I know, right? That's exactly my point.
To live in the moment. And because right now I feel like you're really, I feel okay. I don't like saying things, whatever, but
No, go ahead. No,
for
go ahead.
motivation, I feel like right now you're being a prisoner
Yeah.
of the world that you really love.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's scary, but I feel like it's necessary because if you're here,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you push through, you have a lot of advice for people that like are inspired by you and want to be like you.
Mm,
And
right.
so I feel like once you break through and realize what you really love and want to do and why you do it and like learn all these things,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be at a point in your life and your followers are going to feel it, because when you break through, you start emitting like a different type of presence, like an energy.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel that for me, like right now, I feel like when people meet me, I have tips I can tell for them because I feel like they want to follow my footsteps. And I feel like I've learned a lot of life experience and things like that to be able to give that advice. And so at conventions, people really I feel like I'm really helping. That's something I'm working on, is I'm staying present in the moment. Like when I'm at a show or a movie, I'm constantly thinking about my shit.
Oh, dude, I
um,
totally get what you're saying. I'm thinking about my shit right now. Fuck you mean? I'm thinking, man, I got this painting later. I mean, I know Ross is my favorite painter, but shit, we've been talking for a while now. So when did you feel that breakthrough kind of coming into you? Like, at what point? Was it something that marked it, or was it you just kind of did it happen slowly, or was it like something all of a sudden?
it
I
was
feel like a lot of people are sorry to break you off, but I feel like a lot of people are kind of trapped like me. So, when do you think that it happens, and what are some things that you can kind of do to, do it? And don't fucking say, eat more burgers or fucking chill more, because I don't think that works.
no. I think it's a combination of both, of happening slowly, and I can also tell you my experience, which helped me launch my Kickstarter.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so it happens gradually, of course, right? Like
Mhm.
you go through shit and you realize what you want, what you don't want, what you love, what you don't love. And then I think it was 2016. Yes, 2016, I think, or 2017. I forgot. No,
Right.
2016. 2016 summer. I was at a show, and like a festival, like a
Mhm.
like a EDM festival, and
Okay, but was it on an art thing? Like, what do you mean?
so yeah, so one of my favorite artists, like EDM
Okay.
artists, is Porter Robinson,
Oh, I
and
don't know who that is.
you know who that is? Yeah, no,
Is he
so
good? Does he look good?
I don't know. I just listen to his music.
Okay.
But musically, I've listened to his song here and there.
Hmm.
But when I was at the festival and he was playing, I was like excited because I've never really witnessed one of the people I listen to play a show.
Oh, right. I
And
get it. Yeah.
and so when I watched the show, I was like, holy shit, Porter is playing live to like thousands and thousands of people, and he created a world that he loves, and he didn't care what anyone else thought, but he created this world that's his own,
Hmm.
and that because he loves it, and it's for him, and everyone is encapsulated by this world and loves it. And I was like, damn, I want to create my own world that I love and I can share with people. And
Damn.
so I was like, this is the feeling that I want to feel. This is where I want to be. And
Hmm.
so NEMA is my baby. And next year, I have a goal to make sure that I get my Kickstarter out for my book, because
Right.
that's ultimately what I want in life. And that's ultimately what I want to do. And I want to just put out a world that
Hmm.
that's totally mine, that no one can take away. And that's mine, that I love. And hopefully people can love it too.
That's so cool. Do you
Yeah.
do you think that Nemo is gonna be like I mean, did you visualize her as like a movie thing and it being like a franchise and everything where people
Yeah.
can
No,
I like how confident you say like yeah, gonna,
No,
it's gonna be the biggest franchise ever. Fuck you mean? Like, remember my words.
well, it's important for a creator to believe in their own work. That's
Yeah.
like, because if you don't believe in your own work, then don't do it. But
Yeah.
I really love this project, and I'm when it's out, I'm gonna pitch it as a Netflix anime series.
Wow.
I feel like everything lines up, and so
Mhm.
what I want to do in the pitch room is like, hey, she has a following, you know. There's a Kickstarter out. We surpassed our goal. This is my following, and this is why it's going to be success. And this is the book and art itself. And so I'll have all the assets, I feel like, to make it a green light.
Wow,
And
that's so cool.
I am working hard to making sure that green light is green. and
Wow.
and I know that if it doesn't happen at Netflix, there are tons of other people who I think believe in the project that are willing to able to pick it up because I feel like I think it's really special.
Mhm.
Obviously, you know, it's mine, so I feel like it's super special, and hopefully other people see it too.
Mm, that's so dope. And do you think you want to be like the director or like would because you said you want to do a whole anime series and there's going to be
Right.
a
Yeah.
lot of people involved. Do you
Right.
think because that's one thing I can really wrap my mind around is how do you let your baby to other people? Like you have this little baby and you're gonna give motherfuckers with their dirty hands touch it. Like how do you do that?
No, no. I totally get it, but it's because you're in charge.
Mm,
You choose what studio gets to work on it, or you try to get like certain
right.
people
And
that
do you envision yourself as kind of like being the writer or being like in charge of the whole thing? Like how do you
right.
envision yourself?
So you negotiate what role you would want, right? Like
Okay.
how involved do you really want to be? And for me, I'm happy being like a creative director or like a part showrunner where I get to oversee everything. I get to make big boy decisions. And I would also love to design some of the characters, things like that. But I definitely want to collaborate on writing, but I don't want to be the writer. I don't want to be the director. I just want to like be the secondhand kind of like navigator.
Mm-hmm.
And so you negotiate what role you want
Mm-hmm.
that you feel best for the project. So
Right. And how did you even come up with NEMA? Like, is it something that you were thinking as a kid, or is it something that you recently thought about? Like, what was
yeah,
that process of you coming up with it?
so NEMA happened when I was in school, and NEMA, yay!
And you were like, "Oh, I really want to meet a chick with white hair, but I don't think those exist. I'm gonna paint her."
No, there was an assignment in school,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of took that assignment and did my own thing, like a whole different thing, and
Right.
created my own character. Because a lot of people don't like. I feel like a lot of people in school, they don't realize that they can start building their dreams right in school. I think they follow the assignment and they try to please the teacher. They try to this and that. But I was like, you know what? This is my second or third year. I want to start building my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of took the plot or took the idea of the assignment and just made
Mm-hmm.
my own shit and made it work. it's
Right.
like it's like, oh, make a cup. Okay, I'll make a cup with NEMA on it. You know what I
Dude, that's
mean?
so
So,
dope. You really seem like that CEO status, like the boss type of person that it just he wants to have his own shit. Like he's not comfortable with working for other people, and I can totally relate to that. Like how the fuck do you get an assignment and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because somebody told me. Like how do you even get inspired by doing that? So that's so dope. You do that, and do
oh,
you?
thanks.
And was that in art school, like, or the because you said the second year, was it that? And what art school did you go to? I think I've heard it, but it's Art Center or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like the most popular place. Do you think it helped you in any way, like going there, or was it like a more of a
Oh, yeah. I'm talking. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know, because I mean, my opinion is pretty shitty about art school, but I don't want to,
No,
throw it out there because I wanted to hear
right.
your opinion about art school. Cause
Yeah. No. Every opinion is different, and if someone would
yeah,
ask me, "Hey, should I go to art center and stuff like that?" I
yeah,
personally can't say yes or no because the school is way different from when I went. you know.
Mm.
Now, before entertainment design, my major was a little more exclusive,
Mhm.
and like we had the best people in the world, things like that. But after they realized that they can milk that major,
Yeah, yeah.
they started opening up a lot more classes. They started opening up like a lot more people joined because they can milk the money. Everything's about money. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
why are we opening up more classes? It's not because we love the fucking kids, because we can make more money.
yeah. Why are we painting more paintings on Instagram so we can make more money? No,
um,
no, that's totally not.
I
Yeah,
yeah,
I get it. But do you think what do you think it helped you with just going to the art school thing?
no, I
Because
think
I feel like they make you they make you do all these weird shit like be like painting with oils and stuff, and
yeah,
I don't know, just coming up with different
yeah.
sculptings and stuff. And I'm like, bitch, I want to get likes on Instagram. Like, how does that help me?
No, I love I really loved my experience. I think it taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I came in with an absolute open mind because you can learn from anything and anything can help you on your journey. And so I was the youngest person in my class and I was super scared, and everyone else was like years older than me, but
Oh, really?
I, t- I took it as an opportunity to learn from their life experience and their story and their craft. They have been working in animation studios, stuff like that. And
Wow.
so I was trying to absorb. I just wanted to be a sponge. And so the first, like, I wanted to be that when I entered, I wanted to learn as many things as possible
Mhm.
because, like, I love learning. And I feel like a lot of people get into art and stuff like that, and they have this, like, thing over their head, like, oh, I want to get a job. I want to,
Mhm.
like, get a job right now. And I'm like, dude, did you really get into art to get a job? Like,
Yeah.
no, you got into art because you love to draw and you wanted to make your
I
own
like your
shit, your own
Instagram.
characters.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, I get you.
Dude, Instagram wasn't even that big when I was there. And so,
Yeah, so it was Facebook likes. You know what I
oh my
mean?
God.
Yeah, but I
Dude,
totally. Yeah, what?
no, I definitely remember that phase. I mean, obviously I'm a creator. So I
Yeah.
remember when a lot of people were sharing and having Facebook likes and stuff like that. And so it was like, it, it was like candy in a way. It's like,
Right.
ooh,
Ooh, let me get the sour ones. Ooh, let me get the green ones.
dude, I
Um,
stopped posting on my stuff, Facebook. But yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's kind of
art
dead.
school was really good for me because I made
Mhm.
a lot of friends and connections, and they were all driven as well. And so
Mhm.
I feel like I've built a lot of my work ethic in school because everyone
Yeah.
was good, and so you had to be good, and you had to come in. I was taught professionalism, so you were taught to make sure you're on time and have your work on the wall and present very well.
Yeah. I
And
mean, they
so,
always say that you meet a lot of people and a lot of connections, but like, can't you do that online? Like, what is it? Like, how does it
yeah,
help you with meeting people in person? Like, is it different? Because I mean, I don't really have any art friends or anything like that.
yeah. No, I feel like it definitely helped me because, like,
Hmm.
in person, you
Yeah.
are it's human, and so like the friendships feel peer. You know, like I can
Hmm.
definitely call any one of them and have a conversation right now, but I can't
Hmm.
call any of my online friends and
Oh,
have a
that's
conversation
true.
right now. I feel like, and so I
Hmm.
can literally have it like, hey, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And it
Hmm.
feels like I don't want to I don't want to degrade any online friendship because other people, like people out there, have very strong online friendships. But I'm saying my experience is that I feel like I went through the journey with them. It feels like an adventure. It feels like I went through all these trials with them, and so we grew together and we
Hmm.
shared that bond.
Right. Hmm. And by the way, I also read somewhere or I watched it that you had a mentorship with Jamie Jones. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah,
And for people that don't know, like Jamie Jones is actually, I think, as much as I've read, he's like actually a student of Craig Mullins, who was like considered the first digital painter ever. So
yeah, yeah,
how did that happen? Like, how did you connect with Jamie Jones? And was
yes.
it a cool experience? Did you learn a lot?
Oh man, so my school had a thing called an independent study
Hmm.
where we can choose a mentor of our choice, and my school will pay them to teach us.
Wow, really?
And so,
That's a good school to have. I don't. I don't think my school, like here in my country, like even if you pay them, they won't teach you. No, like it doesn't even happen to where they give money and all this stuff. Like you don't get anything.
No, Jamie had a workshop, and
Uh-huh.
I'm a big believer in person and human things.
Oh
And
right.
so he had a
Okay.
workshop I attended, and during his break, I was like, "Hey, Jamie, my name is Ross, and my school has a thing where they pay like instructors of our choosing to teach us. It's
Mm-hmm.
called an independent study, like a mentorship. Is that something you're interested in?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Yeah, shoot me an email." And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, so I want to make sure the first time we're meeting is like genuine and pure. And so I just wanted to like, I'm straightforward, not trying to like be, hey, let's be friends. No, I'm just like, yo, I'm a student. I would love to have your help.
Uh-huh.
And I learned so much from him. He is like a
Yeah.
master. And we gotten close as well. And like, so he had a son and stuff like that. And I became Uncle Ross.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's really cute. And the coolest thing is like I I love like beautiful things like that because I can give back when I want to, you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have so much to give. And so if he ever needs help, I don't think he does, but if he ever needs help, I have his back 300%. And he's also doing the foreword for NEMA's book. And
Oh,
so
that's so dope.
I feel like that's super cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, long story short, I learned a lot from him. My
Mm-hmm.
painting skill and knowledge went from here to here
Yeah.
within just a few months of like being under his wing. Yeah.
Did he give you any exercises or did he just kind of give you feedback? Because I think one thing that he's really good at is kind of like design work and brush strokes, and I kind of see it in your work, which is like it's highly, like the just the design part is just crazy. Do you think that's something that he helped you with, or is it something else that you think
Hmm.
helped you with the most?
He definitely uh he knew I had a talent for shapes, and
Right.
he kind of gave me a foundation to put it on. Like, oh, here are some things you should think about. And so before my mind was like this with shapes, and I had a natural knack for it, but he was like, let's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like structure it. Yeah, try to
Let's
structure.
let's let's Millie rock it a little bit. Like,
No,
um,
yeah, he gave me a lot of exercises. I had assignments every week, and then he would paint over my work. And I
mhm,
learned the most when he's painting over my work because
right.
it's like, oh, you should have made this shape like a triangle. You should have
Mhm.
made this more rounder. You should have made this more softer. And so he gave me a lot of digital painting kind of structure over my work, which
Right.
helped.
And did he give you, were you creating your own projects or was it something that he had in mind for you to do any exercises? Like, what do you recommend to people to do in
Oh,
order if they want to do
I,
design
I
work or something like that? If they
right.
want to improve their design.
Yeah, no, he made me do a lot of movie studies. So movie
Right.
still studies because in movie still, the
Hmm.
director and the cinematographer and everyone designed that shot. That
Right.
is the shot. And the shot is designed to tell a story. And so
Hmm.
they are maximizing that frame, that design to tell that story. And everything is storytelling. And so
Right.
I studied a lot of frames, and I could like try to piece together like why they made this shape, why they made that shape, why this color, why that color. And
Hmm.
so movies are like paintings, right?
Mm.
Movies, digital painting, because everything is designed, the color,
Right.
story, sound, everything. And so it's all in one. And so that's what I did a lot of. I did a lot of movie studies.
And what are some of the movies that you feel like have some of that great cinematography and all this stuff?
A
Because
lot.
a lot. I'd search for that movie right now. A lot.
I'm trying to think.
Did you watch Blade Runner? Because that's something I've recently watched, and Blade Runner 2049 or something like that.
I didn't watch the new one now,
Oh, you
but
didn't? Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure that has amazing cinematography. You know, like a
Dude,
lot.
how are you even so positive? You haven't even watched the movie. If somebody told me about some movie I have never heard, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that sucks.
I feel
But you,
like I feel like it's like known around that it's a pretty good
right?
movie. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Um, One of my favorite animes is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like I
Oh
like
yeah,
anime.
the one with the robot.
Yeah, the one with the robots.
Oh, it looks so cute, but I tried watching it, but I was like, wait, what is this about? Like the robot is running around and stuff. I don't get it. I don't think I get it.
I mean, people are inspired by different things, right? But I
Yeah,
think a common thing in the digital art space, I feel like is video games. People love video games,
right.
um, and so yeah. I mean, like, what inspires you? Like, what?
For me,
Yeah,
definitely just I think as cheesy as it sounds, all the artists like just seeing other people just kind of improve themselves and stuff, and looking
yeah.
at their art, I'm like, man, if they can do it, I can do it. And probably something it's kind of unhealthy, but I don't know, cause like you watch a movie and I feel kind of detached. Like I don't know, the movie's
Mm,
out there, I'm kind of up here,
mm.
but you have a connection with somebody. Like I mean, even though we haven't talked before, every time I see a post on Instagram, I'm like, damn, I need a post too. Like he's doing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Do you think? By the way, what because you said video games, what video games are you playing right now? Because you see, dude,
um,
you seem like such a busy guy. How the fuck do you even find the time to do that?
I I haven't played video games this year.
Oh, okay. Because I was
I
like,
think I played like a few hours. But like I like Maple Story, Dota, Counter Strike,
oh, Dota.
uh,
Okay, yeah,
Overwatch. I like kind of like I don't know, just a random sporadic of games.
right. But don't you get kind of addicted to that? Because I feel like you're
No.
definitely that personality.
Yeah, no, I definitely get addicted to it, and then I like go on a cleanse and I uninstall it and I stop,
Right.
and then I go back to my art.
Because I struggle with a long time with struggle to League of Legends because I used to play that like
Oh yeah, for sure.
literally 24/7, and it was actually why I started painting because
Yeah,
I didn't really have anything to do. So
yeah.
like I played for like 4 years. So I mean, don't you get afraid of like getting addicted? Because I really feel like it's like cocaine over there, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to snore anymore. Like I'm just gonna leave. Like, like how do you can you play a game and then stop, or do you just
Yeah, yeah.
oh you can?
Just
I,
uninstall it.
oh yeah, I think I start playing something. I'll be like, yeah, man, fuck this art shit. Like it was fun, but this game though, I wanted to ask you, what is just kind of like your schedule like? I mean, because you seem such a busy guy, and
Yeah,
you have a Patreon, you're posting regularly on YouTube,
yeah,
you're posting regularly on Instagram.
yeah.
You even how the fuck do you even find time to make the NEMA? Like you said, 140 pages. I don't think I even read 140 pages, and you created 140 pages. I'm pretty sure creating 140 pages is harder than reading 140 pages.
Oh, I know. I have no time for me. It's
you're
very
you're
hard.
like I have no time, but you should reward yourself and go out with friends. That's how I think it should be done. Uh,
No, I am working all the time, every day, even on
right,
weekend. I think twice a month, maybe I'll take 2 days off.
right.
Myself. But the biggest help, like the biggest thing that helped me was when I started trusting people that they can help me. And
Mm,
like I started working with an editor. I got my assistant and it helped me with my
mhm,
day to day because I have to like fulfill my orders.
right.
I want to just draw and make videos, right?
Mhm,
And it's hard because I have all this stuff going on. So try to like get help that they don't really need any much skills for, but just like, oh, they can kind of
mhm,
help you maintain things while you draw. And
right.
so when I got that, I feel like my stress levels dropped a bit.
Right, because I feel like that's a problem with an artist. Like the more successful you get, the more you kind of lose, the main thing. Like, oh, I'm actually a painter. Because I can see that in myself. Like I started doing YouTube, Twitch, and all these weird shit, and I
Yeah.
forget. Oh, I was supposed to paint though, like not
Yeah.
edit videos and all this stuff. What do you think about the whole idea of finding your art style? Because I feel like that's something a lot of people are
Okay.
interested in. Because they always are like, "Hey, wow, how do I find my art style? Like, you know,
Right.
what is
Yeah.
some exercise that you do?"
I think a lot of people are trying to find their art style, right? They're like,
Right.
oh, what's my art style? Blah, blah, blah. And people don't realize your art style is just an extension of what you like and what you want to do.
Right.
And people feel like they can find like, oh, I want to do this or that, or like you don't realize that style is from them because they love to do it and want to do it. And you yourself can mix a whole bunch of styles and try to find your own.
Mm-hmm.
Are definitely influenced by different people, different things. But for me and my style, I feel like it's like a colorful with good design. I'm definitely influenced by like Japanese culture, brush strokes and concept art. It's like a whole, like a lot of things into one. And I think a lot of people have different type of style because people have, different areas that they love. And so if you want to make more graphic piece or like a more like cool action stuff like that, I feel like naturally your style is just going to, like, the more you work on it, 10,000 hours, you're going to realize what you like to draw and what you don't like to draw. And that style will kind of just like come. Naturally. Yeah.
Do you think you get influenced by other artists? Like, because I literally keep other people's work. Like I've talked about keeping your work right next to mine. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna paint that eye exactly like Ross did. Have you ever done that like with other artists?
I definitely like am inspired by other artists, and I want to tap into how they're feeling because it's like a emotion, it's like an attack, and I want to like have some of that attack and emotion in my piece. And so I'll definitely have some like cool artwork that I'm inspired by to help inspire my piece. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So thank you so much, Draws. I know you busy man, gotta go, but everybody, man, Ross's book Bloom is out. Check it out. Link in the description. I want to thank you so much, Ross. I'm sorry for kind of saying some weird shit that I said in the past. It's all behind us. Imagine if we're just meeting right now. My name is Angel.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I want to thank Ross once again for coming over. Make sure you check out his book. Follow him on all the social media at RossDraws. And don't forget to subscribe to me, bitch. I promise I'm not always like that. I promise.